What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl CHIAMAKA and we're back with another video. Y'all, it's been a minute since I've done a girl talk. Oh, and I miss doing these things so much. I've been in a different season, y'all. I've been doing a lot of different things as far as just taking care of myself and just being where God has me. And with that came with having to take a step away from recording and editing. Like, y'all, when I tell you I have videos on queue that need to be edited from weeks and months ago, it's just been sitting. And not that I don't want to edit, not that I don't want to record, because I love doing these. I love doing girl talks. I love being able to just come on here and express and release the things on my heart. And I also knew I needed to just take a break. I needed to take some time to really just get myself together, get myself in the right headspace, really work on some things, heal from some stuff, and step back into the space from a rejuvenated space. And truth be told, I'm not even sure if I'm returning back with the same intensity as far as like how much content I was putting out, because I think I was doing at least a couple videos a week. But now I truly feel a call to just slow down and sit down. Slow down and sit down. But not permanently sit down. Like, obviously still being able to put out my girl talk, still being able to put out content in general, but doing it through God's leading, doing it, you know, from a place of just this burden to do it and not this obligation from my anxiety or my fear of the future or this restlessness of feeling like I need to like be doing in order to make it to this place that I feel like I'm supposed to be making it to. Oh yeah, y'all, I got a cute little plant baby. I haven't named her yet, but I was like, I just need like some new life, you know? I need some new life. And I realized that plants make me happy. Like, I've kind of already known that, but I didn't realize how much I truly valued having some form of life in my space, because it just, I don't know, it just does something to my spirit and my soul and my mental. So having flowers everywhere, having green plants, is just really like healing for me. And I was without that for a while, and introducing a new plant baby into my world just like shook things up for me. So she is making a beautiful feature in this video. Y'all give me some name ideas, because I don't know, I'm still trying to figure a name out for this one. But anyways, y'all, so I wanted to just come on here and talk about where I've been at, what I've been on, what God has been doing with me. And I also want to talk about like self-love, because we are in the month of love, the best month of the year, my birthday, okay? And definitely want to process, you know, some lessons I've learned within this last year, now that I'm a new age, and just share whatever else is on my heart. This is very impromptu. This is not planned or written out beforehand. Like, I'm literally just, the camera's on and I'm being led by the spirit. So and I like videos like these. I feel like that's another reason why I needed to take a step back, because it started to feel like, oh, if I want to keep up with this consistency thing, or if I want to keep up with this schedule that I came up with, if I want to keep up with feeling like I have to Monday, Wednesday, Friday video, you know, of course I'm going to have to come up with topics. You know, not every day I have a word or a message or a burden to share something. And I did feel like, oh, well, I want to keep up with, you know, my consistency and my schedule. So I got to, you know, and I feel like you could see, I mean, I don't know, this just me personally, but I feel like you could see it when you are recording from a place of like intentionality, when you're recording from a place of doing it because you feel a call to, you feel a burden to, it's like from your spirit, versus when you're doing it out of just force, or feeling you're doing it out of have to, or obligation, or fear or anxiety, because you are trying to keep up, or you're trying to, you know, catch up or meet a certain timeline. And it's like, I understand having a schedule and showing up even when you don't feel like showing up, or having a, you know, have a system of doing things. I understand that, and I think there's a beauty and an art to that. And I also truly believe in doing what God calls me to do. I truly believe in being on what God is on. Like, I saw that in a thread some time ago. I'm on whatever God is on. And I'm 100% on that type of time. Like, I realized for me, I've been just moving from this, like, I just been tired, y'all. Like, I've been tired. I've been feeling frustrated. I've been feeling down. I've been feeling irritated. I've been feeling just annoyed. I've been feeling anxiety. I've been feeling a lot of feelings, but I haven't really been able to feel them because I'm just so busy. I'm on the go. I work a lot. I'm just always doing a lot of shit, a lot of things, excuse my language. And I just needed time to sit down and just feel my feelings, feel where I'm at, think about where I'm at, what's happening, what's going on in my world, you know. And I had that realization a couple of weeks ago where I was just sitting. I think I took time off, like 6 time off of work, or I was going into work later that day. But I was just like, yo, I really need to sit the fuck down. I really need to just freaking, like, there's an S word I want to say, but I don't know what that word is. But I just need to, like, breathe. I need to just sit down and breathe. Like, I need to just step away. I need a vacation. I need to just, like, I don't know. I just need something that's not what I'm experiencing right now. And I feel a lot of feelings, but I'm not feeling them. Like, it's kind of just sitting, just kind of hovering around, just around me. But I'm not really, like, sitting with the emotion or feeling the emotion. So I was like, yeah, something's got to change. And so it's interesting that, a part of me also wants to talk about self-love, because I know when we think about self-love, we think about the flowers and the bubble baths and taking yourself out to eat, or taking yourself out on a date, or just like all the cutesy things, all the cute little things that we do, which I think that is definitely a part of self-love. I think that definitely incorporates into the holistic view of self-love. But self-love to me also looks like saying no when you want to say yes, like being able to stop when you want to go, being able to sit down even when you have this, like, urge and this, like, need to keep going. And sometimes it's okay to just be like, no, I'm tired. I think self-love is actually being honest with yourself. I think self-love looks like truly acknowledging, like, baby girl, you are hurting, you are sad, you are afraid, acknowledging the feelings that you're feeling and sitting with those feelings, feeling with those feelings, feeling the feelings. Like, I think self-love also looks like just being with God. Just being with God, not performing, not doing, just being. So being looks like just laying in the bed and allowing God to sift through your heart, or just allowing God to explore your mind of all the things that's running through it. I think self-love can look like very unconventional to what we've been taught and told that it should look like. Self-love for me was very much being kind to myself, very much being graceful with myself, like giving myself grace, saying it's okay. Like, CHIAMAKA, you don't have to accomplish all the things. And you not accomplishing all the things does not make you less than or not good enough or not, showing up. Like, it's not whatever lie that you're believing in your mind that's telling you that if you don't do X, Y, and Z on these particular days or within a particular time frame, then you're this or you're that, or you're this lie, or you're this false truth. And so I had to really just sit with myself, like, okay, who's really running me? Who's really running the show right now? Who's driving this feeling? What is it? What's happening? What's going on in the inside of me that's making me feel like I have to go, 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 go? What's going on the inside of me that's making me feel like I have to do, 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 do. No breaks, no rest. And then when I'm doing and go, 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 going, I of course, feel excited. I feel joyful. I feel, purposeful. But there's also still that feeling on the inside that like something's not right. Something is just not in place the way it needs to be. I don't know how to explain it or describe it, but like, I don't know if it's like a peace thing, if it's like I don't feel peace, because it's not even that. Like, I can't really describe it because, baby, have I sat down to really feel it? Have I really sat down to really discover what it is? Nah. So I'm over here in real time trying to figure it out. And self-love to me looks like saying no to being a boss babe and saying yes to self-care, saying yes to rest, saying yes to not doing shit, saying yes to just laying down and being. Laying down and feeling my feelings, laying down and crying, about things that might have happened that I haven't dealt with. Self-love looks like embracing all aspects of me in whatever season I'm in. Self-love to me is just being nice to myself when what I need is rest and not doing the opposite. Like, I'm being nice to myself when I actually give myself what my body and my spirit needs. That to me is self-love. There's this message that, social media just continues, at least with my algorithm. I don't know everybody's algorithm, but for my algorithm, because I'm such an ambitious person, because I'm such a go-getter, because I'm such a, I run ahead of God. I'm always trying to do something, accomplish something, achieve something. That's just my personality. That's my spirit. When I'm not operating like that, I feel like I'm not myself. I don't feel like I'm in purpose. I don't feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing. Like, I just feel all out of sorts. Like, I just don't feel right. And so with that, then on top of that, I feel exhausted. I feel tired. I feel anxious. I feel scared. And not anxious and scared in the sense that I am hurting because of something that has happened in my life, but I feel anxious and scared as I'm pursuing the thing. Like, I'm constantly feeling anxious and scared, and I'm like, okay, no. I think there's a healthy level of anxiety and fear when you're pursuing something bigger than you, because it's exciting. It's like, you don't know what's gonna come out of it, but regardless. Okay, are we ready? I'm tired. I'm done crying. I don't know what happened. Just the emotions started to take over, and I just had a whole like tear fest, crying fest, and I needed it. I needed to process those emotions. I just got really emotional because I realized I've spent my life feeling like I always had to perform, feeling like I always had to get it right or have it right or be right, or else, I'm wrong, or something's not right with me, or, I'm off. And it's exhausting having to live like that. It's so exhausting. Feeling like I always have to know the answer, know the right thing to do, always have to, have it together as far as like, if somebody asks me a question, I need to know the answer. If I'm asked to do a thing, then I should know how to do it without having questions. Or with my life, feeling like at this point in my life, I should have done this or X, Y, and Z by now, or I should have been in this place in my life. And it's a lot of like this should that I like. It's a lot of the shoulds that I put on myself. I should myself a lot. It was just kind of like this like feeling of anxiety that I need to just always know. And that ties in with just everything that I've been dealing with in this last season of my life, in this recent space that I'm in, just feeling like tired because I have to be the boss, I have to be the leader, I have to know everything, I have to do everything right, I have to have everything in order, I have to be on top of my game, and I'm tired. I didn't even realize it was me operating from a childhood wound as well, because I come from an upbringing where just your existence was wrong. Your whole entire existence was wrong. You could have done everything to the T correctly, and there was still something that my parent would find wrong. And I have internalized that as my identity, where it shows up in the workplace, it shows up in my relationships, it shows up just even in my relationship with God. And I find it hard to be free. I find it hard to just like allow myself to be. I've always been in performance mode. I've always been in this space where I felt like, fucked up if I didn't have shit together. And it's so exhausting to operate from that kind of place. So self-love for me looks like being okay with taking a break. Like, it's okay to rest. It's okay to stop. It's okay to take a minute. It's okay to not know the fucking answer. It's okay to be like, you know what, I don't know the answer. It's okay to say, you know what, I don't know. It's okay to not know. It's okay to be in a place where you would like to know, or you would like to have the answers, or you would like to, hope and believe for something great to happen in your life, and you just don't know if that's going to happen, or you don't know what the answer is, or you don't know what you're feeling. It's okay to not know. It's okay to be like, you know what, I don't know, but let me have a minute to think about it, or let me have a moment to process that, and I can get back to you. It's okay to just rest. It's okay to, like, I don't have to fix everything too. Like, that's another thing. Self-love looks like letting go and letting God. Self-love for me looks like rest. Like, and I know I'm gonna be sounding like a broken record. I know I'm gonna sound repetitive, but I feel like this is how I'm able to like get the lesson. I'm able to understand the messages that are happening in my world, because I keep seeing it everywhere in my life. I keep seeing it show up in my conversations and my environments and the things that I feel on the inside. Like, it just continues to show up. And I'm realizing, like, in this season of my life, I've been called to surrender. I've been called to just let it go. Just let go. Just release, CHIAMAKA. You don't have to control everything, baby girl. You don't have to know the answers to everything. You don't have to have it all figured out. You could just relax, baby. Like, you could relax, chill. You could relax, boo. You could sit down. You could sit down. You don't gotta be Superman. You don't gotta be Superwoman. It's okay. You could chill. You could rest. You can be. But see, what my problem was, here come the Lord. The Holy Spirit just be, ooh. My problem was, and I don't know if I'm fully ready to speak on this particular topic out loud, but I will speak in a general sense, because I think it's pretty much applicable. I believe my spirit was seeking rest. I believe my spirit, without me realizing it, was seeking rest, was seeking to not have to constantly be operating from this masculine energy, because I would go to my vices that I knew wasn't right, that I knew wasn't edifying for me. I knew it wasn't building me up. It wasn't truly providing that rest or that peace that I was looking for. And I would go to these vices thinking that, oh, I could find that rest in there. And it's one thing for it to be like, something that you do every once in a while, or it's a thing that doesn't consume you, but it's another thing when it's something that it does consume you. It's something that is like an addiction, or it's something that kind of takes over your life, or it's something that you're always thinking about. It's not even something that you go to for rest anymore. It's just something that it's like a way of life for you when it's not really giving you life, right? And whole time I'm thinking, okay, like this may be, and I'm not even maybe consciously thinking this, but you just assume like, okay, well, I'm resting, I'm relaxing when I get to do this or do that, this vice that I'm referring to, and you're really not. If anything, like, it's just avoidance. It's avoiding what you truly need to do, which is true rest, which is actually like laying down with God, or laying down and not distracting yourself with a vice. Whether, and you know what your vice is. There's so many vices out there. It could be social media, it could be shopping, it could be smoking, it could be sex, it could be anything. All the S's, Jesus. It could be sugar, hell. It could be so many different things that, like I said, every once in a while it could be cool. Could be. I'm not saying it is. It could be, because you gotta know who you are now. But in a general sense, it's not, it's not necessarily edifying for you or your soul or anything that you're trying to do. So I actually dedicated this year of my life that I just, this age that I just turned, I decided to give that to the Lord, because I was like, you know what? I'm tired of running on empty. Girl, running on empty, exhausted, operating from this feeling like I have to do everything spirit, feeling like I have to figure everything out spirit, feeling like I have to operate from this having to know all the answers spirit, having to control everything. It's really like a control issue. Like, I feel like I have to know everything and control everything. I have to present myself as if I know everything. And I'm done doing that. I'm done. I'm done doing that. I don't have the bandwidth anymore. Like, I literally tapped out. I've literally exhausted myself from operating in that space. And so, to me, self-love looks like being able to just acknowledge the reality of where I'm at, to acknowledge that this is how I feel and this is okay, to be okay with not being okay. And it's funny because, I'm a therapist. I say this all the time to the girls, and yet it feels very like, I don't know, like rocket science to me for some reason. Like, it's like hard for me to accept that for myself. And so that's what self-love looks like for me. All the years I've spent educating and advocating and speaking up and speaking out and talking about mental health and talking about self-love and taking care of yourself and rest and, all the things that I preach about. How about I do it myself? Like, it's time for me to do it for myself. And not saying that I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to make it seem like I've been on here as a false prophet preaching, because I will say that at that time I really thought I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, and I would say that in some circumstances I was resting. Like, I did take breaks and I did take moments to myself, but it always felt like I always felt selfish doing that. I always felt guilty, like I shouldn't be doing this, or I don't deserve to be doing this, because I gotta work. I got things to do. I got things to accomplish. I got a world to save. Girl, and so is that even really true rest when you're trying to rest, but you're not really resting because you're thinking about how you should be doing X, Y, and Z? You know? So I've decided to take on this this burden that I feel God has called me to take on of rest, which is weird because for me, I am very much a ambitious person, go-getter, always doing something, always accomplishing something, and having to not be doing something feels weird. And I won't even say I'm not doing something, because I'm always doing something. Yeah, Like, we're adults. We always got something that we need to be doing. But in the capacity and in the intensity I was going at, it was just, it was unsustainable. It was not good for my spirit. It was not good for my well-being. And it was not good for like where I know God is gonna take me. And I know a lot of people say shit like that all the time, like, "Ooh, I know where God's gonna take me." I'm not even trying to speak in that type of, from that type of spirit. Like, I'm speaking from like, I truly see things happening in the near future for myself, and not just me saying this, but this has been confirmed by different people in my life. And if I don't get this aspect of my life down and in order, the concept of rest, the concept of being okay with not being okay, and allowing myself to just be where I'm at, and allowing myself to be sad, allowing myself to feel my feelings, allowing myself to not know the answers, allowing myself to not be superwoman, allowing myself to just fall apart, allowing myself to, just be weak and be, just you know what I'm saying when I do moms like this, right? It's okay. Being okay with that. How am I then going to teach the girls that? How am I going to truly, actively, and authentically teach that when I haven't fully, truly lived that for myself? And again, it may not even just be for the girls. It may not be, again, like, there goes my brain feeling like, oh, it's about something I have to do. It's about something I have to accomplish. Like, no. It can just really be for me. Like, it's okay for things to just be for CHIAMAKA. It's okay for things to just be for myself. Like, it don't always gotta be about something I gotta be doing for somebody else. Girl, stop. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. 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 I got really emotional because when I had to step away for a moment, because I caught myself feeling, but I kept messing up on my words. I kept struggling with saying what I wanted to say, and I felt like this frustration to get it out, and then this frustration that I wasn't getting it out, and then like I felt myself feel like I had to work harder than I needed to just feel like I, to do something I felt like I needed to just be naturally doing. And I just was like, you know what, just take a minute. Take a breath. Woosah. And that to me was very, I'm feeling the waterworks coming in. That was as small as that moment was, that was really impactful for me just in that moment alone, because I don't think I've ever been that kind to myself. Like, I've been kind to myself, like getting my hair done, getting my nails done, dressing fly, beating my face. Like, I know how to be kind to myself in that way. I know how to be real kind to myself in that way. But when it's time to when it's in regard to accomplishing something and I'm failing, girl, I'm gonna punch this camera. Or when it's in regard to accomplishing something, and in the midst of accomplishing those things, knowing that my body's asking for rest, but I can't even hear it because I'm so busy trying to accomplish and achieve. It just shook me a little bit. Like, telling myself that, okay, take a moment and just breathe. I've done that before. I do that all the time, actually. But I don't know what about in that moment just made it very, like, monumental. Well, I do know what it is, but just, I don't know what about this particular moment made it more monumental in comparison to all those other moments. And I think this one, I just was actively in conflict of what I'm speaking to you guys about, what I'm processing for myself, about what I'm learning in this season with surrender and rest and trusting God and letting go and loving myself, while still operating from this conditioned self of feeling like I need to accomplish and get this right and do it correctly, and if you don't, then you're a failure and something's wrong with you. And it's like, we're not living like that no more. We're not living like that no more. You can have a moment. You can cut the cameras and just cry. You can, or leave them on and just be real and be where you're at. You can have that moment to take a deep breath and try again. You can try again. You don't have to stay stuck or down. That doesn't have to be your defining moment. And that's my issue. I feel like I've accomplished so many things, but yet something in my brain wants to define the moments of failure as just the defining moments of my life. And I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Because this ain't what that is, okay? It's not that. It's not given that. I've done so much, and I will always acknowledge that I've done so much. And I'll also make sure that I give myself the proper rest and care that my spirit, mind, heart, soul needs in order to continue to show. I gotta fill my cup up, honey. I gotta fill my cup up. And this season has been teaching me that, like, I know this stuff. I know this offhand. I know it. I teach it to the girls, but it's just something about it being a message for you that it just hits different. So, I was even going to say something that sounded stupid. I'm not going to say it. And I'm not even going to judge myself for that, because that was a judgment that I made, calling what I was about to say stupid. But, you know, I was going to say something that don't even need to be said, because it was going to be yet another judgment. Like, I judge myself a lot. I should myself a lot, and I judge myself a lot, and I'm done doing that. I'm okay. I'm learning to be okay with being a human being. I am embracing that I am a human being and I make mistakes. I mess up. I do silly things sometimes. It doesn't define who I am, but it's just part of the human experience, and that's okay. I'm accepting that I don't know all the things. I don't have all the answers. I don't know why things happen the way they did, and I don't have to know why. I don't have to have the answer. But I can allow myself to feel sad. I can allow myself to feel the emotions that come with it. I can be a human being. That's essentially what my message is. Self-love for me this month and this season that I'm in looks like allowing myself to be a human being. Pure, point blank, poo. So, yeah, that's the message. That's all I got for y'all, because baby, I feel like I needed to just like process this space that I'm in out loud. I had to process it because I've been feeling it. A new guy was calling me to do a girl talk, which was interesting because I was like, God, didn't you say to take a break? Didn't you say to rest? Which, you know what's funny? Like, I don't necessarily hear God audibly saying like, take a break. But it's a knowing. It's a feeling in my spirit like, okay, I need to put this down. And because I've been just ignoring what, not necessarily intentionally ignoring, but like, I haven't been even in a space to really sit with myself and ask like, what do I need right now? Your body will do it for you. Ooh, because when I tell you like the first week it started happening, where I just was like realizing like, okay, something's not right. I just found myself just laying in bed every day after work, just laying in bed, not doing nothing. Just not doing nothing. And a part of me was like, okay, I could be doing something right now. But the other part of me was like, but I need to just, not that I need this, because I didn't even think I needed this. But in my mind, I was like, but I don't have it. I don't have the capacity. I'm tired. And so I'm going to just lay here. And then I started to finally accept it. Like about maybe a week or so later after that, like this is probably where I need to be. And then I had that day where I didn't either had off or went into work later, and it just kind of hit me like, okay, this, I need it. Like this, my body is asking for this. My spirit and my mind, my heart and my soul is pleading with me to sit the fuck down, to rest, to just be, to not do, not to perform, not to do anything, accomplish anything, complete it, just chill, baby girl, chill. And that's okay. That's okay. You are still enough. You are still worthy. You are still the great person that you are. even in your resting, even in you doing nothing. So yeah, child, I don't know if I have anything else. I feel like I've said what I needed to say. And there's always more to add to what I want to say. But I'm also looking at how many minutes I have left on my SD card. And I don't want to open another can. And then I definitely don't have time. So I'm going to cut it right here. I hope this was like a inspiring, eye-opening girl talk for whoever's watching that may relate and feel like, girl, same, constantly on the hamster wheel of trying to succeed in something or accomplish something or complete something or know everything or be superwoman. Let's put the cape down. Put it down. And pick up a blanket and your pillow and go take a nap. Maybe if you want to, grab a journal and feel your feelings. Just write it out, or go sit in front of a window or with some plants in nature and explore how you're feeling, like what's going on. Like, you can rest. You're allowed to rest. Black women deserve to rest, okay? And I'm calling it on that. Mwah. I love you guys.